Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to the second ever London session stream. I hope today my image is not lagging. Yesterday it was lagging, so let me know in the chat really quick. Can you hear me, first of all, and second of all, can you see me smoothly? Because yesterday we were lagging like crazy in the beginning, and I hope that doesn't happen again today, because that was awful. But anyways, no, looks good. Perfect, great, that is perfect. Happy to see you all. Guys, let's do another London session stream. Excited for this one. Hope you're all doing well. Has anybody traded so far? Let me know in the chat. Anybody took a trade so far? Until we have the answers to that, let me go to the charts. And actually, little reminder here. First of all, we are going to do a giveaway today if we get enough likes. Okay, yesterday we hit 250 likes. So today, if we hit at least 177, we're going to do a giveaway. However, giveaway is going to be a bit special. At 9 o'clock, which is in 12 minutes, my time, okay, which is 8 a.m. London, pretty much London open, everybody will have a 5-minute window to answer a question, which I'm going to drop at 8, so I said in about 12 minutes. And then after those 5 minutes, you cannot participate anymore, and we will then see who the winner is at the end of the stream. So it's gonna be a fun challenge for everybody. So let's see. Chat says no trade, yes, no, yes. $20. Nice. $20 is $20. Yes, not yet. Let's go. All right. Some of you have taken trades. Some of you haven't. Both is fine, obviously. But let's go over the charts. So as you can see here, you know what? Yesterday we had this issue that it was frozen. Today I'm not gonna fall for that. OBS, I'm not going to fall for that. 1 second. I need to make sure that we restart the capture here. 1 second. Got to go to the cam really quick and then back to the screen and make sure that this actually works this time. So, give me 1 second. All right, I think we should be good now. Let me know if you can see my cursor moving on the screen. If you can, we're not frozen anymore like we were yesterday. That was sucky, but I think we're good now. So, all right, let's go. As you can see, we have NQ in the upper left corner. We have ES in the upper right corner. We have gold in the lower left, and we have oil in the lower right. These are the 4 assets that I usually trade during the London session. So if my main priority is always obviously NQ, right? Second priority is ES. Third priority is gold and oil combined. So if I don't see anything on NQ or ES, I go to gold and oil. Now I've seen people ask me, hey, Nick, do you also trade European instruments like DAX, FTSE, Dow, etc.? So far, no, but I will have Coach Tank on this show every now and then, and he does trade those, so look out for that. But let's go over NQ first, and as usual, let's go over daily analysis, and then we move from there. So yesterday, we had about, let's actually measure it so we know the exact price range. Yesterday's candle was 240 points-ish, and here's the special thing about that. We had this big candle here on Friday, right? 22nd of August, obviously the Powell candle, right? Then we had a little consolidation slash retracement here. And ultimately yesterday, we ended up swiping the low of the Monday candle and then moved higher pretty aggressively, tapping into that fair value gap here, and then just got the pump. So based on that move, what I do expect for today is further expansion to the upside. I mean, main target here for me would be this level, right? Pretty much closing that gap from the Tuesday 19th of August candle. So 23,720 would be the level that I'm looking for. Now, do we reach that level during the London session? Probably not, very unlikely. However, during the US session, that could definitely happen. However, let me go down to the 1 hour because we haven't had much happen so far today, honestly. If we look at this, like This is yesterday's daily candle, right? Pretty much every single line here marks a daily candle. So this is a daily candle. Wait, let me actually. This is a daily candle. This is a daily candle. This is a daily candle. Whoopsies. This daily candle, and now we're obviously into this new daily candle that we're looking at. And so far, we haven't really gotten a move. If I go to the 50-minute, the London, the Asia range is pretty tight, right? We see here the high of the Asia range is at 23,629, and the low of the Asia range is at 23,591. So that's 37.75 points, which is not too much, right? Unfortunately, we're ranging here. So that means for me, like, I'm gonna mark out this range, which technically is, well, we could mark it from here to here, right? We did kind of sweep the high of that range. We did kind of sweep the low of that range, but we're still within the range. So what I would want to see here for a proper move is either, and I'm bullish for the day, so my ideal scenario would be we get a sweep of the Asia low and then we move higher, right? That would be my ideal scenario. Or we obviously get a candle close here and then move lower. But I wouldn't like that, honestly. I would prefer sweep and move higher. But it's expected that we are ranging, obviously, because we have NVIDIA earnings today, right? And NVIDIA carries NQ. That's just a fact. So it's totally normal that we don't get too big of a move. I mean, if we stay in this range, we might end up trading the range. We might end up shorting here and longing here. I want to make sure we get some trades on today. So let's see. I'm prepared for any scenario, but as said, my favorite scenario would be sweep the Asia lows and then move higher. That would also be a range play here, basically. So let's see what happens. So for now, I don't have a setup on NQ, so I gotta stay patient. Volume so far pretty low. As I said yesterday, about 500 volume, about 600 volume on a 5-minute candle. That's normal during the London session. Right now we're at 363 on this 5-minute candle, and this is a bigger one. So we definitely got to be patient. Same thing on ES, right? We have a similar range here, so same place there. Gold, on the other hand, let's look at gold. We still got 5 minutes until market open. Ken, yes, I'm doing this right now. Let's go through gold. On the daily chart, let's look at gold. So we were actually, let me go to the hourly. It's a bit nicer. But even on the daily, like, we see this exact same move, right? We swept the Monday low yesterday and are now moving higher. So I would anticipate that gold actually holds the 50% equilibrium of yesterday's price action, which would mean, if we draw this out, 50% would be the 3420 level, right? For me, that would mean we might go back down here, maybe not even, and then move higher, would be the anticipated move for me. If I go to the hourly, let's see. I mean, gold always makes these same moves, right? Kind of like big bull flags. Strong move to the upside, consolidation. Strong move to the upside, consolidation. More or less strong move to the upside. Now the consolidation. Maybe another move to the upside, right? So I'm careful with gold because, not gonna lie, gold has kicked my ass lately. Gold has kicked my ass, so I'm de-risking on gold, making sure I only take like A+ setups. Oil, on the other hand, let's see. Oil, on the other hand, on the 1-hour chart, I mean, we did break out of this channel here that I drew. I think, did I draw it last week or beginning of this week? Can't remember. But here's the move that we got. We broke out of this channel. We faked it out to the upside, broke out to the downside, retested it perfectly, and are now moving down. So I'm anticipating that we're gonna go for these lows next on oil, which would be kind of like the 6150s would be my target on this. But the same thing here. Like, I'm going to be very careful, only take A+ setups, because NQ and ES are definitely my priority. But what are you thinking, guys? Bullish, bearish for today, especially NQ, ES? Chat. What do we think? Let's see, let me go through the chat now. All right, Sai, you're long, targeting 6498 on ES. I mean, I don't hate it, right? I do think we're gonna move lower first, but the thing is, it's just not gonna happen during London session. Could it happen during New York? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not gonna happen during London. Pretty sure about that. Taco Trader, I love your name. NVIDIA weak made me downsize my trade size. Yeah, that makes sense. Screw the Bears, morning from Sweden. Good morning, man. Morning from Switzerland. NQ in a range, yes, that's correct. Ken, nice. Very good. Nins, don't you think H1 on NQ is due for reversal? Swept the previous H1 candle with SMT on ES. Yes, you could look at it this way, but also you got to consider the fact that we are in a range, right? For example, the fractal model. I mean, I love the fractal model by T-Trades. I trade this all the time since I learned about this. However, you need clear moves for that. And right now, we're within a range. Did this 1 hour candle sweep the previous hour's high? Yes, it did, right? It went higher, swept it. We had the aggressive move to the downside, which, by the way, was news-driven. If we go to the economic calendar here, you see here 2 a.m. EST, which was exactly that candle, was Germany news, red folder. So that's another thing to consider here. However, we're still within the range. So for me, to trade the fractal model, I want to see a liquidity grab outside of the range and then aggressive move to the upside or vice versa, but I would just prefer the longs over the shorts. So that's why I wouldn't take this setup that you just mentioned. LMG says bullish. Yes, me too. Low sweep was not a sweep. It was ticked settles to execute orders. London will do this here again or to grab the orders. Yeah, could be. Let's see. Marco says, seems bear. Okay, tell me why. Why do you think it's bearish? Trader's Nest, bullish on NQ. Agree. Don't have a bias, just trade what I see. Well, Gary, same for me, right? I trade the market, I trade price action. I don't try to predict the market, I react to it. Okay, we have 30 seconds until market open. 30 seconds. Now, at market open, I'm going to give you a question, and whoever gets the closest to the actual answer will get a 50K growth account by the end of the show if we hit 177 likes. So if you haven't already, smash that like button really quick. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it's super fun to do. We're currently sitting at 62 likes. So if you get this to 177, we're going to do a giveaway. Let's see. All right, there's the market open candle. The question for the giveaway. Everybody gets 1 entry, okay? If anybody enters more than once, you're going to get disqualified. What price are we at on NQ at 8:55 London time? So exactly in 55 minutes. Whoever gets the closest, 8:55, is when we look at the price on NQ. Whoever gets it the closest gets a 50K growth account. All right, Fipsy, I have a question. Just noticed you trade the NQ1, not the contract. Worked out why your numbers are slightly different to mine. Just curious. Any bullish on the day? Well, I just trade, look, I just trade the current NQ contract. So when I type NQ, that's the instrument that I take. Don't know exactly what you trade. Marco. Oh, wait. I need to go to this previous question first. Rhino, waiting for NVIDIA earning, then up it goes. Yeah, could be. Could be. I'm anticipating NVIDIA to go up too. Ken, hey Nick, you're putting a lot of effort now. Even going into live on London, you deserve much more views. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. The views will come naturally. You got to put the effort in first, and then it will happen. But I'm super happy. Like all you guys showing up here, it's freaking amazing. Trading together is fun, right? So thanks for coming. All right, we got the first guesses in here. 615.75. Oh, within the range, Adam? Come on, that would be sucky. 23, 655. Oh, okay, outside of the range. Interesting. 628. pretty much high of the range. Well, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. Let's see, let's see. All right, for me right now, no setups anywhere. Have to be patient. But you know, guys, you know, I got the money gun ready, okay? So if we see some setups, we're gonna fire that thing today. It's gonna be good times. It's gonna be good times. What if two people have the same number of price? Well, that's a great question. I'll come up with something. We'll fight. We'll fight for the price. Adam, yeah, Nvidia is the only mover right now unless Trump wakes up earlier than usual. Yeah, agree. We gotta wait for Nvidia earnings to get a proper move, which means we could be trading the range today. What time is Nvidia earnings? Actually, I think it's on. It should be on Trading View when you click on the calendar. Let's see if we can find it. Earnings. Where do we got it? I think it's after the close today. And where are you at, Nvidia? Where are you at? Oh, there we go. It's at 10:20 p.m. Oh wait, that's in UTC +1. Let me actually go to EST. So in EST time, Nvidia earnings are, so it's after market closes, here at 4:20 p.m. 4:20 p.m. Nvidia earnings today. That's EST time. All right, RS25. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer anything and everything, especially now that we don't really have a setup so far. So RS25 asking, Nick, roughly what profit target do you have during the London session? I mean, I don't really have a target because I trade what the market gives me. And you gotta be realistic. Like, for example, if I would shoot for, let's say, 50 points every day, but right now we're in that range, I'm gonna probably kick myself in the balls if I try to go for 50 points, right? I gotta trade realistically what the market gives me. And some days that is 25 points, sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 100, right? But average, on an average London session, I would say I make about 20 to 30, so average about 25. Bonus Hunters Entertainment, I'll sit out this session. Okay, man, appreciate you still being here. Good to have you. How do you show the bars for the higher time frame like that? That's actually a paid indicator that I use from T-Trades. It's called TTFM for the fractal model. But there's also a free one, I think, called Power of 3, PO3. There's multiple. But I really like it because it always puts it into nice perspective what's happening overall in the market and not just what I'm seeing right at this minute, right? Or at this 5-minute candle. Bonus Hunters Entertainment. Yesterday I literally stayed up until 5 a.m. PST just because we didn't close after the move last night. Oh man. Well, I know the struggle. Been there, done that. But screw it, ended up making profit. Nice. W. Love it. Yeah, Nins, thanks for that input. Apparently ICT HTF candles by Fadi is also a good one for free. Great. Interesting question, JS. Is there a fractal setup on oil? Let's go through it. But before we do, you cannot type your guess anymore for the giveaway. And that's over, okay? The giveaway, we're gonna solve it and they're gonna give away an account at 8:55. So in about 49 minutes here, UK time. Whoever was the closest guessing the NQ price by that time. Let's see. All right, is there a fractal model set up on oil? Depends what time frame you're looking at, but On the H1M5, absolutely fucking not. Why? Because, look, we did swipe the previous hour's high, but we also swiped the previous hour's low. So now we're stuck, right? On that not 4:30 candle. That was the, what was it? The 1 a.m. candle EST. No wait, sorry, the 2 a.m. candle EST. Sorry, this was the 2 a.m. candle, and the problem is when we swipe both ends, we can frame a long or we can frame a short. So that means we're not sure about what's going to happen. Therefore, we're staying out, and this is not a setup. You gotta be really sure where we're going, expansion-wise, in order to take a trade. And it's completely fine to just sit it out and not take anything. TJ, let's do some giveaways. Yeah, we are gonna do a giveaway. As I said, whoever got the closest price to where NQ will be at 8:55 UK time is gonna get a 50K growth account. But we gotta be at 177 likes. So if you haven't already, smash that like button really quick. It's free, it's fun, and it's gonna give you the chance to win a 50K growth account. Let's see. Over 606, we fly to 617. Well, could be. Marbra, you gotta be on stream tomorrow at the right time. That's why you gotta show up when the stream starts. That gets you the chance to enter the giveaway. Steve Mai says, here we pump higher low and then settle, and the settles touch is pure fuel. Let's see. Charlie's Trades, nice to have you here, man. Bonus hunters, come on, I said exactly at 8 a.m. you gotta guess for 5 minutes, and we're gonna have a winner at 8:55. Little Sacks 25, with when the market is slow but you see an A+ setup, do you size up? Actually, funny enough, I mean, during London session and Asia session, the market tends to be slow, like in comparison to the US session, way slower. Like, just look at volume, right? I said the average candle during the London session on a 5-minute chart has like 600 volume. Right now we're lower than that, we're at 320. The average session, the average candle during the New York session has like 2,500 volume, right? So we're at a 1/10 of the volume, if even. Therefore, market is naturally going to move slower. However, when I see an A+ setup, I'm still going to take it the same as I would during New York session, because it's still going to work out the same. It's just going to be way slower, and you gotta endure. You just gotta endure the patience. You just gotta endure the waiting game. But A+ setup is A+ setup. Doesn't matter to me if it's New York session or London session. Let's see. What other questions we got? Stima, Asia got yesterday 154 points, today less than 30. No, we got more than 30 today. Actually, on NQ, the range is 37.5 points for the Asia session. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a way tighter range. And we got to take that into consideration as well. Volatility is nice, but only sometimes I can trade at this time. I realize they like to manipulate the session throughout the AM. Yep, true. True. Ivan, hey Nick, so you usually use 5M to enter a trade, or 1M after you're aware of the direction, CIST? I use M5 and M3, right? So 5-minute charts or 3-minute charts. But 3-minute charts are rare for me to take a trade on. 5-minute charts are where I get my best setups. It's funny because when I was trading solely like breakouts, continuation, and like bull flags, bear flags, I was always executing on the 1-minute, and now I got really used to the 5-minute chart. For breakout trades, momentum trades, I still prefer the 1-minute though. I mean, Little Sack, you can do more size, but just be aware it can still move aggressively out of nowhere, and then you get wrecked. So just be careful. Yeti, yes, NVIDIA earnings tonight at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time. Kissmas, hashtag Nick TV, love it. It's still Tradeify TV, it's just Tradeify TV with Nick. Charlie's Trades, is this gonna be a daily thing? Absolutely it's gonna be a daily thing. Every single day, 7:45 a.m. London time. We're gonna tune in and do a London session together. Hey, what's up, Mario S? Can you please move the market? Oh, we need some liquidity here. Come on, we need some moves. Mario S, for those of you who don't know, Mario S is our personal market maker who always joins in during the New York session and makes sure our stops get taunted. But have a good night, Mario. Appreciate you tuning in. Charlie's Trades, am I still going to be on the regular show with Matt, Miriam, and, well, she's called Mariam, and me? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do London and New York. Especially after you showed me so much love yesterday in the London session. I mean, appreciated it very much. Very, very much. By the way, guys, did you see Cracker Barrels is going back to the old logo? Like, the hell? They actually did it. It's so funny. Even the White House, the official White House account posted this. Look, I'll pull it up for you. This is kind of funny. Even the official White House account on Twitter posted, "Go woke, go broke, America first," with the old Cracker Barrel logo. This is so hilarious. And now they're actually going back to the old logo, and funny enough, their stock is mooning. Their stock is mooning. Let's look at it really quick. Don't know if we see the pre-market here. Oh well, just gonna show me the trader weight stocks. So let me pull it up on Google really quick. But right after they announced, there we go. Right after they announced that they're going back to the old logo, we're up 6.3%. This is so funny. Like comedy gold right there. Comedy gold. Wait, Mario S, you're gonna change it to Mario the Stop Hunter, or Mario the Market Maker? Mario Kit Maker? Charlie's Trades. You wish, dude. Good old Swiss mountain water is what we do here. Not coffee. Come on. Coffee tastes like shit. I'm gonna say it again. Outlaw Arsh. The giveaway entries are done. However, we're still gonna get to 177 likes before 8:55 UK time, so in about 40 minutes, to actually give away that 50K growth account. It's about 60 likes more, so if you haven't already, smash that like button. Mateus, the new one, I mean, design-wise, it's obviously nice, it's modern, etc., but it's just that it lost the Cracker Barrel feel, you know, and I say that as a European who has never been to a Cracker Barrel, who prior to doing Tradeify TV and talking to Matt, I didn't even know Cracker Barrel existed, but it just got the same kind of like boring modern touch like the Burger King logo and all the other big brands redesigns. And people didn't like that because Cracker Barrel apparently is really iconic in the US. Jordy Trades, I'm going to say it again. What's that indicator that shows the higher time frame candles? This one is called, it's a paid indicator by T-Trades. It's called T-Trades Fractal Model. That's the one I use. But there are free ones too. If you scroll up in the chat, there were some people who actually posted about the free ones. Let's see. Yeah, Charlie's Trades, you joined too late to enter the giveaway. Gotta join earlier next time. Good morning, IT with P. Let's see if we can get that move to the downside here on oil. Asia lows and London lows are equal right now. We've got equal lows. So we're gonna break through this to the downside if we wanna move. We do, like I said, we did take out previous hour's high and low and then ended up in the middle. So there's no clear direction, but if we close below here, below 63.03, we might get a bearish setup there on oil. And QNES just chilling, like volume extremely low. But all due to NVIDIA earnings most likely, as we already discussed. IV, Nick, where did you learn trading? I learned trading first from a friend of mine who was really successful trading funded accounts. But his strategy didn't really fit my my personality. He was like a hyper scalper, and that's just too stressful for me. So I started watching a ton of YouTube videos, bought a bunch of courses, ultimately ended up spending a lot of money blowing some funded accounts, evals, etc. But the best, obviously from experience, you then combine all these things into a strategy that works. But since I learned the fractal model by T-Trades, my trading has been elevated to another game. Like, this shit is crazy. I've already been very profitable before, but now we're talking a different game here. It's great. So if I were you and you're looking for a system, a model, highly recommend T-Trades fractal model. Takes some time to understand, but once you understand it, this shit is printing. Yeah, Charlie's Trades, you gotta be at your desk then. Come on, man. If you wanna win an account, you gotta be here. You gotta be ready. You gotta be focused. Idris, do I use the same fractal model indicator during New York session? Yeah, absolutely. It's the exact same. All right, NQ is approaching the lows here. So I said my ideal setup would be sweep of the lows, then move higher. I would just target the range high here, honestly. Wouldn't want to be greedy on that one. But let's see. Oil is moving lower too, making new lows here. Interesting. We might start to get something. Malavat, how many years of experience in future trading? I started trading futures in 2022, February 2022. Started trading in general in 2020. So about 5 years. Yeah, learn ICT with Kiki. It's 2:45 a.m. 2:45 a.m. is when the waiting screen starts, and 2:50 a.m. is usually when I pop in, sometimes even earlier. Yeah, Trader's Nest, oil is starting to move. The thing is though, I don't really trust it. I don't trust oil for now. I want to see a clean close outside. Yeah, let's see who takes the power, bulls or bears. Charlie's Trades, I'm in a wheelchair, man. I'm moving slow. Dude, I like that that you can take this with a smile. Seems like you're a very positive dude. Great guy. Martin, what did I do before trading? I did a bunch of things. So in 2016, I started my own video production company and built that to about 4 or 5 employees. Then started doing marketing in combination with that video production company, and ultimately ended up scaling it to 12 employees. We did 6-figure months at that point, and then I ended up selling that video production company to the biggest video production company in Switzerland and started coaching videographers and basically taught them how to build a successful video business, how I did, because videographers are interesting creatures. I call them creatures because they're extremely good at what they do creatively, right? They do, they know their craft, making videos and stuff, but I have no idea about marketing and sales, so I started teaching them. Built a very, very successful coaching business out of that, made multiple 7 figures with it, but ultimately ended up, scaling it back because with coaching, oh, we're getting the move now. Let's see. Don't get fooled by this. Don't get fooled by this. Don't just enter short now because we're moving down. This could very well be a liquidity grab and we move back up. Let's wait for a clean candle close outside here. I do not trust this short, okay? Keep that in mind. I'm looking at NQ, by the way. I do not trust this short. I'm gonna wait. So with coaching, the thing is, more and more people just randomly started coaching businesses, and we're like, hey, I'm a coach now, basically, because it seems like it's a low barrier to entry, that business model, right? And we had fantastic client results, invested a ton of money into coaches, etc., on the team, in-house coaches who were working with our students one-on-one. But every single time I would post something online, every single time I would run an ad, everything I would hear is scammer, 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 scammer. And it's just super annoying because our clients were extremely happy, but just the general public didn't like coaching, apparently. And I started trading, I said, like in 2020 and became profitable about 3 years in. So I realized, hey, the work to, kind of like the input, the ROI from trading compared to coaching is just so much higher. And that's why I stopped the coaching business. Now I'm just trading full time, and obviously hosting Tradeify TV, which is a lot of fun with you guys. All right, we're getting the push lower here. Should we start to trust this? I don't know. I was expecting to stay in that range, or as I said, get a grab and then move higher, which could still happen. Let's see where that candle closes. If we're looking for a bearish move and we look at the fractal model here, I mean, we would need to get some sort of a retracement, right? Retest, change the state of delivery and then move lower, or even retest the equilibrium and then move lower. If that happens and we get that reaction, I'm down to take shorts, but until then, I'm just not going to trust this. Do not chase the move. Let's see. Oh, candle close was clean, the 5-minute candle close. Not going to lie, but now we need a retracement on this. Let's see the 3-minute chart on NQ. Yeah, I mean, if we want to enter this, ideally we get a retest of the fair value gap or the range, then a reaction to it, and then we could enter it with a stop above it. Until that happens, I'm not going to take anything. Just going to stay patient. Nice, Keo. You ran a marketing agency and turned into a trader. Welcome to the crew. Music's perpetual. Is my trading view paid or free? It's paid. I have no idea what plan I'm on. What plan am I on? Premium. Trading view premium. Martin Maza. Oh, we're getting a push down. Damn. Don't run without me. Don't run without me. Martin. So, saying software engineer by day and trying to work trading into the mix as well. I heard software engineers are actually great traders. So, good for you, man. What's the chance of getting a guest appearance? Wait, you want to be a guest? Or we should have some guests during the London session? Tell me. Gold? No, not liking gold. Why I'm not liking gold? Because we're rejecting previous week high and we're rejecting it pretty aggressively. So it would be a bearish setup technically, right? We did take out previous 2 hours high with this candle, moved aggressively lower, had to push down, but now respecting previous week high and rejecting it, so don't like it. Gotta stay patient here, guys. A setup will come, and if not, that's fine too. Let's see. Hey, Nick. Oh wait, I skipped some questions, sorry. Ivan, do I think London session is much easier to trade than New York session? Depends. You get less fake moves, but the volatility is lower, moves are slower, and you need to really endure the pain of waiting. So, depends on your personality traits, I guess. Yeah, Trader's Nest. I mean, the only thing we're waiting for is NVIDIA earnings, right? That's going to fuel the markets, which is at 4:20 p.m. EST today. Little Sack, do I copy trade, and if so, how many accounts? I do copy trade, yes. 40 accounts. Arbab, I think we bounced from H1 fair value gap. My bias is new daily high. Let's see, H1. Could be that we bounce from here, yeah, could be. Gap goes down until 23,556. So we wait. The move is strong, pretty strong right now. I mean, volume on this 5-minute candle is at 689. Previous 5-minute candle was 900. Good volume now. I like the push. Yeah, we're surely going to have guests on the London session. How long have I been using, Sophie, 2021, how long have I been using the T-Trade fractal model? For a little bit over a month now. And it's fantastic. I love it. Felix, do I only trade personal account or also props? I trade personal account as well as props. All of it. Leveraging props is just amazing. Like, when I came across Tradeify, I was hooked. Like, Tradeify is so freaking fantastic. And we have some pretty sick news coming out soon, so you're gonna like it. Did you catch the trade, Reaper? No, I do not trust the short, as I said. The only way I would enter this short is if we get a retracement back to range low, or ideally change in state of delivery and the fair value gap. Then we get a reaction to it. I would enter a trade, stop above the reaction, right? And then I would target the low here at 538 or a 2-1. But I still think we're going to go back into the range, honestly. JS, did I join T-Trade's mentorship? Yeah, I did. It's the easiest way to learn it, obviously, and it's very, very cheap for what you get. Trader's Nest, yeah. NQ pushing down without a marble raise. Like, what the heck? What's going on? What is going on? Or how Matt would say, what are you doing? I cannot say it as he can. Your TP is in fair value gap, Phil. Reaper. All right, good luck. FX entropy, your prediction was 23,550. Nice. Could be. Could be. We see in 25 minutes. Gnosis, watch the 4-hour, we might sell deep. Let's see. The thing about the 4-hour that I do not like is if we would have swept the previous 4 hours high here, wait, this one, right? If we would have swept that and then moved lower, I could see that. Right now, meh. During New York, yes, maybe. During London, not really trusting it. You see we're already getting a rejection here. But we have a new fair value gap. So here's the thing. If we do tap into that fair value gap and we close below, I could take a trade. I would set my stop above the reaction. and then target 2 to 1. Let's see if that happens. What's the name of my fair value gap indicator? I use FVG, IFVG by nephew Sam. It's a free indicator. It's pretty good. Needs some setting adjustments, but it's good once you do that. MGFX, how to get the first payout? Well, trade, stick to the rules, get to payout. It's a very generic question. What do you struggle with? I'm willing to help you, but you need to let me know what you're struggling with. Donna, yes, I bought the Market Lens course. Yeah, Reaper, apparently, man. I still hate the white charts, though. But I'm apparently part of the cult. But here's the thing. I never went through ICT's videos on YouTube. Never. I literally learned the fractal model. I understand the ICT concepts from other traders that I talked to, but never went through the cult videos. How do I trade, copy trade 40 accounts? I use TradeSyncer. Yeah, Kia, I'm in the lens. I'm the poo. You're in GC shorts, 3418 target. What's your entry? Yeah, there is SMT between ES and NQ. But NQ is weaker right now. Thank you, Arbub. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Let's check on the like goal. We're currently sitting at 140 likes. We need 37 more. So if you haven't already, smash that like button. Let's get us to 177 likes, and we're going to do the giveaway at 8:55 London time. So in about 22 minutes. Max, we always trade, man. We always trade. Sophie, do I trade 50Ks or 150Ks? Depends on the prop. Depends on the prop. Wherever I can get the most in payouts. For some props, that's not the same. Some you can get paid more on 50Ks than on 150Ks. Yeah, Mateus, way more simple. The fractal model is freaking fantastic. Very simple. It takes a bit of time to understand it, but once you understand it, very simple. 6K82, TradeSyncer better than Replicanto. I've never used Replicanto, so I can't tell, but I'm really happy with TradeSyncer. Guys, now let's look at this. Let's look at what's happening on NQ. I told you, when we broke out of this range, I told you, do not chase this move. Do not trust it, right? Because it could be liquidity sweep and then move higher. Now, could it still reject here and move lower? Yes, absolutely, but that gives you another entry, all right? Do not chase that initial breakout, because if you do, I mean, unless you're going for 10 points or so, then fine, good for you. But if you're going for more, this is gonna run your stop almost every single time, or at least makes you sweat. It's unnecessary. Just wait for a better entry. No, I've never had any issues with TradeSyncer. It's been working well. James Misser, was this a good long? Well, depends where you entered and why you entered. What was your thinking behind it, and what was your entry? Hey, AJ, appreciate you. Just woke up to come on here to say I love and appreciate you covering the London session, Nick. I appreciate you, man. These comments make my day, guys. I do this for you. It's fun. Let's see. Traders Nest, you're an ICT hater. Look, I understand. I understand. Okay, we're getting this reaction now to the fair value gap. Speaking of ICT. So if we would close this bearish, here's what I could get on site with. Would be, we have a bullish, bearish close here on the 5 minute, right? Anywhere around here. I would set my stop above the reaction candle, and then I would target a 2 to 1. Which could look something like this. Be like a 19-point target for a 9.5-point stop. Would be a nice trade. Small trade, but a nice one. Let's see. Matteo says, yeah, London stream seems to give more value. Appreciate it. Happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. Yeah, any questions you have, guys, feel free to just put them in the chat, and I'm happy to help. MGFX, can we learn fractal model for free? Yeah, you can. Two ways. You can obviously go on YouTube, look up T-Trades, and he has amazing videos on it. He also has like a website where he has a lot of blogs and videos about it. Or you can just join London session and New York session with me, and I'm going to explain it every now and then. If you have questions, you can just ask me directly. Tick thoughts. Yeah, I can walk you through the fractal model here in a second. I'm just going to wait and see what happens with this 5-minute candle in 2.5 minutes. Rhinos can't jump too. Is this financial advice? No, never. It's never financial advice, you know. Actually, you know what? I forgot to display the disclosure in the beginning. All right, we got over it. There's your disclaimer. There you have it. Sorry about that. Still getting used to running the stream on my own. Usually in the New York session we got Drew, and Drew is freaking fantastic, our producer. Now I got to do everything on my own. Let's see. Kev Sun Ponte. First time tuning in and really like your commentary, Nick. I guess I will come back. Appreciate you. Looking forward to have you back. By the way, guys, I'm not in this trade yet. I'm waiting for a 5-minute candle closure. Right now, this would be a bit low, but I'm still willing to take it. 13-point stop. Completely fine. Sophie, how much do I normally risk in dollars for 50Ks? So on a 50K account, it doesn't matter the account size. It matters how much drawdown you have, right? So let's say on an average 50K account, you have 2,000 to 2,500 drawdown. I risk in the beginning, until I get out of the trailing drawdown, I risk 1 micro per $500 in drawdown. So on a 2K drawdown, I would risk 4 micros. This is going to be interesting. This candle closes in 40 seconds. We might take a short here. Not financial advice. Rajesh, welcome here. Are you Indian? Do I need to pull out my Indian accent? Nins, do I only use H1 M5? No, I also use M30 M3. Was there a nice entry? Yeah, there was already. You're very right. Actually, I can't enter that trade now. It's a good point, but I'm still gonna wait for that 5-minute candle because that closes in 3 seconds. All right, I'm in this short now. As you can see, entry was 581.25, stop at 13.25 points, which is 94.50. I'm gonna put it at 95 actually. So let's see, 95, and then a 2-to-1 R puts my target at 553.75, which also makes sense. It's a reasonable target, 27.5 points. 53.75. Wait, just gotta set that target really quick. All right, we got the target in, trade is set, and now we forget about it. That's what we do. It's gonna be an interesting one. Let's see. Philosopher's Mind for Sleep Depraved. What a name, man. Saying, hi, man, I entered gold at 3374. What should be my stop loss? Well, why do you enter a trade if you don't know what your stop loss is? First of all, that's a very important question. Like, before you ever enter a trade, you must know what your stop is going to be. Otherwise, if price starts to move fast, if market starts to move fast, you're going to get wrecked because you don't know like what you should do in that moment. Before I entered this trade on NQ, I said, if I take this trade after we get a reaction candle to the fair value gap, I'm going to set my stop above the above the reaction candle, which is exactly what I do, what I did now. So for me, this trade is just, I'm just chilling, you know? Whereas if you don't know where to set your stop, you're gonna have a hard time, and that's not fun. So you entered at 3374. Let's see, 33. Wait, what? 3374? That cannot be, because we're not even 34. What are you talking about? Gold is at 3426. I'm not getting it. You need to enlighten me, Sensei. IT with P. You're saying you're doing well, Nick. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Happy to hear that. Are we at 177 likes yet? We gotta get to 177 likes, guys. We're at 159. We want to do that giveaway. Nintz. Oh wait, there is a question before that. Did you find out about T-Trade's model when you guys interviewed him? Yes, absolutely, Sophie. That's a great thing about doing Tradeify TV. I get to talk to other traders and learn from them, which is fantastic. It's really cool. They come to me and I get to learn from them. Gnosis. My risk is based on points, and I said like a risk amount of contracts based on drawdown. I do not like my risk to be larger than 30 points during New York session, and during London session I usually try to keep it below 20. So very happy with this trade that we're in right now. 13.75 for the stop loss and 27.5 points for the target. Nins, I'm targeting 2R, yes, but also it must make sense considering what we have, like what kind of price action we have on the left side here, right? But it makes a lot of sense because technically we could target this low here at, what's that sitting at? 23,537.50. Do I take partials? If I'm in more than one contract, yes. But right now I'm in one mini, so I'm not going to take a partial, obviously, because I can't. Avinash, can I do a free reset? Unfortunately, that's not my decision. That's above my pay grade. That's a decision that the Tradeify team makes. I can't do that. Peter, want to see your money gun today? Dude, I'm ready. I just need that trade to hit. I'm ready for that money gun. If we get stopped out, so be it. Mihaibos, I went long on this, thought it was a liquidity sweep. Could be. Maybe your longs play out. Who knows, right? Just because I'm in a short doesn't mean you can't go long. Oh, Kenny FX, you think he looks at XAU USD? Well, I don't trade XAU USD. I only trade futures. So, Paul, now it feels right to say good morning. Absolutely, man. I'm with you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna pop up this chart here a bit larger so we focus on the trade that we're in. Talks about CFDs. Yeah, we're not trading CFDs here. 8 likes left, 477. Is that so? Let's see, refreshing. 173, 4 likes left. Damn. Damn, so close, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button. All right. Charlie's Trades, let me get the first guest appearance like next Tuesday. My birthday's Monday. They're closing the markets for you. That's amazing. Yeah, dude, reach out to Nick, background Nick, that is. Email him, nick@tradeify.co, and message him about that he would like to be a guest on the London stream, and he might set it up. Juby, you sabotaged the giveaway by unliking. Come on. James, where's Mariam from? Ask her in the New York stream. New York stream today is at 8:30 a.m. EST as usual. So join there and ask her. Trader's Nest, yeah. She's from somewhere in this world. Yeah, let's see IT with P. We could also swipe this high here really quick. A safer entry would have been to wait for a change in state of delivery, which we haven't gotten so far. On the 3 minute, that would be below here, right? On the 5 minute, that would be below here. So we haven't gotten that so far. I could have waited for that. Honestly, I just missed it because I was talking to you guys. I'm not blaming you, I'm just saying what happened. A bit distracted by reading the chat. So it wasn't a fully secure entry here, fully safe entry. But it's a tight stop, so we're fine. But that's why I say we could first sweep this high, because this is not a protected high, and then go lower. If that happens, I can still re-enter after we get a change in state of delivery. Do I calculate my risk based on a percentage of the account? Yes. How do you deal with different dollar amount losses or gains then, or still manage to keep the same risk? Well, look, if I get over time, my risk will average into, let's say my average stop loss is like 20 points. And during the London session, I trade anywhere between 1 to 3 minis, depending on the setup. This one I took 1 mini on it. So let's say average trade 1 mini, average stop loss 20 points. I know I'm gonna risk $400 per account as my average. Sometimes it's less, like now, sometimes it's more. But as long as my average is like 20 points, I'm fine. Pro Bitcoin, yeah, I just answered that. I'm gonna look to re-enter if I get a change in state of delivery, if we swipe the highs here. Avinash, yes, I did see that we're in the 4 hour, can I talk? 4 hour fair value gap, as well as in the 1 hour fair value gap. But still, we got the move, like, meaning we swept this high here with this 1 hour candle. Then we respected equilibrium. We got a break out of the range, closed outside, tapped into a fair value gap, reacted to it, and that's when I took my trade. So a lot of things were speaking for more downside, which we could still get. Like, we're not stopped out yet. Always could have let it play out. Sometimes you get really lucky with these plays and it just doesn't stop you out, you know. The only thing I should have waited for here on the 3 minute or the 5 minute was a change in state of delivery, meaning a candle close below the opposing candle, which is at 23,851.50. That would have been the safe entry. My entry was premature on this, full transparency. Trader King, good morning. Tom, what's up, man? Oh, we got 177 likes. Let me refresh. We did, just in time, man. That's great. That's perfect, because in 5 minutes we're gonna do the giveaway. We're gonna do the giveaway. Seems like we're gonna get stopped out now. Whenever something like this happens where it tickles the stop loss but doesn't stop it out, and then you end up hitting TP, that's when I call myself GOAT of stop loss. But it looks like it's gonna stop me out, to be fair. Yeah, there we go. All right, stopped out of this trade, which is completely fine. Took 13.75 points loss, which is 250 something dollars per account. Let's see. We are getting a, seems like we're getting a candle 2 closure now to the upside. So that's the play I was talking about in the pre-market analysis, that we go back into the range. We could take that after, and then this would be, the Asia low would be a protected low. So I would then switch to longs. Tick thoughts. You're in shorts now. Well, what's your confluence? What's your confirmation? Seems like a little bit of a gamble short here. Mario S, you can't sleep? Well, happy to have you here on the London stream. You don't have to sleep. You can just be here. Plenty of time to sleep between the London stream and the New York stream. Let's see. Steam Asia high incoming? Yeah, I think so too at this point. We swept this nicely here. Could have played as a short, especially after we got confirmation. However, as said, I should never have entered that short because we did not get another change in state of delivery. Which, if we would have gotten that, the short would have played. Pretty sure about that. But I was distracted, unfortunately. Could turn into a nice long though. Let's see. Do not. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sylvanus. James, I entered the long at 23,576, hoping it holds up. 576? That is a banger entry, my friend. Damn. How do you come up with that? That is great. You're up 20 points. Congrats, man. That's a risk-free trade. I mean, your stop is going to be at 75, I guess. Pretty much risk-free. That's nice. That is very nice. Giveaway in 2 minutes. Paul D says screenshot or it didn't happen. Turtle soup setup. Yeah, see, that's one of the ICT things I do not trade. I only trade the fractal model. I still think that name is pretty funny though. Turtle soup. Yeah, pro Bitcoin, changing the state of delivery is pretty much this. When we swipe a high, like for example, as you can see here on the right side, these hourly candles, right? This hourly candle swept the previous hourly candle. Now, once that happened, we're gonna look at all the candles that made that high. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? That made this high. And then, taking that into consideration, whenever we get a candle close through that candles that actually made that high, that is a change in state of delivery. So as you can see here, this red line is exactly that. So all the candles that made this high, right, are these. So once we got to close through these opposing candles, that is a change in state of delivery. Hope this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, feel free to ask away, but it should make sense. Couldn't explain it any easier, I think. Yeah, volume is again pretty low now. The breakout was strong, 800, 900, but now we're back into low volume range. Let's see. Did I do the Korean spy yesterday? No, I did not. I did not. All right. Yeah, good point. Where was price at? 55. Let's do the giveaway. Price, the 55 candle here. Pretty much the open was 23. Wait, I'm gonna look up the exact price here. Let's see. Open was, wait, is that the right candle? No, this is the right candle. So open was 23,595.25. Let me scroll up and see who got the closest. Oh, damn it. We have a problem, guys. You've put so many things into the chat that these past messages are now gone and I can't see it anymore. Wow. Well done, Nick. Well done. Okay, I fucked that one up, guys. Sorry about it. About that. Oh man. Anybody got 23,595, 25? Without lying? Yeah, I think we have to do a normal one, Gnosis. I think we have to do a normal one. LMG had 23,595. Yeah. Well, I guess welcome to me streaming on my own and not taking notes. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a normal giveaway. So sorry to the person that got it, if anybody got it. We're gonna do it normal. So you don't have to like anymore. You can if you want, but I'm just gonna give you a keyword. You put a keyword into the chat. Please only drop it once in the chat. If you drop it more than once, I will disqualify you. Okay? The keyword is. NVDA for NVIDIA. That's a keyword. Put NVDA into the chat because we're waiting for NVIDIA earnings. Use a Google form? No, I'm not going to do that. The trader guy got short at 595.20 with a stop at 640. All right. That's a big stop, man. A very big stop. Let's see who the winner is. You have until this 5-minute candle closes, which is 1 minute and 6 seconds to participate. So anybody who missed the first entry, now is your chance to enter again for a 50K growth account. Type NVDA if you haven't already. Yeah, marble race would be nice, but I need producer Drew for that. I can't marble race on my own, unfortunately. We would do marble races all stream. Nothing else but marble race is what we would do. All right, the 5-minute candle is closing in 13 seconds. Yeah, true, Tom. At this time, we will crash the markets with the marble race. So true. Now, by the way, guys, little quiz question. Where would be the change in state of delivery at this point on the 5-minute? Yeah, Robinho, you're right. If I get the keys to the marble race, Tradeify goes bankrupt. All right, let's pick a winner for the NVIDIA giveaway. 50K growth account goes to, I'm going to do this blind and just scroll and stop. It's going to go to Leon Sinclair. Leon, congratulations. Type something in the chat really quick. So I see you're there. And you claim your account. Leon, you just won. I'm here. Great, perfect. Make sure to add your email address to the YouTube channel description so we can actually reach out to you and send you your free account. Now let's go through this quiz really quick. IT with P at the lows. Yes, but where do we need to close? Change in state of delivery will be, I'll let you know about that. Here. Opposing candles that made that high. And once we close through this, we could start looking for shorts. Before then, I'm not going to do anything. So, guys, unfortunately, it's already 9 a.m. UK time, 4 a.m. EST, 10 a.m. my time, and that means we're coming to an end of this stream. It was fun to have you on. If you could do me a favor, once we end the stream, can you go to the recording of the stream on YouTube and comment if you liked it or not? That would really help us see if we should do more of this. And also put a W in the chat if you liked this stream Put an L in the chat if you think it sucked. But it was fun having you on today. As said before, we're going to have a New York stream as usual today at 8:30 a.m. EST, Eastern Time. And of course, again, London session stream tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. UK time. Appreciate you all. It was super fun. And I'll see you later in the New York stream. And tomorrow for the good old London session.